Welcome to Red Eye. Hello, everyone. I'm Tom Shalhoub. Andy Levy's off tonight, so let's check in with Michael Malice at the Red Eye Tease Deck. Michael?
Thanks, Tom. Coming up on the big show, President Trump refuses to throw out the first pitch for the Washington Nationals, saying, I struck out in healthcare. That's enough strikeouts for my administration. Plus, John McCain calls Kim Jong-un a crazy fat kid. Tomorrow he plans to grab his hair and steal his milk money. And finally, Americans think commercials are more honest than the media. We'll ask 4 out of 5 dentists if they agree. Back to you, Tom.
Michael, a dentine joke. Fantastic. Welcome back. Time to find out what we got wrong and what we missed from Michael Malice over in the Red Eye News Deck. How's it going over there, Michael?
Good. It's a shame that Andy got sick so suddenly and violently, leaving me to sit here in his increasingly comfortable chair. How are things over there, Tom?
It's great. We're having a great, have you been watching the show?
I have. It looks pretty comfortable over there.
Yeah, it's great.
You know, Andy never finished those chocolates I got him. Maybe you could have some after the show. I'm sure you'll enjoy them just as much as Andy did.
I'll try them.
All right, panel, dinner's ready. First course, Trump and the first pitch. Kevin Brennan, you said that maybe Trump doesn't have a good arm. However, according to his doctor, he would, quote, would be the healthiest individual ever elected to the presidency.
Yeah, I didn't buy that because he's pretty old, right? For a president, he's the second oldest of all time or something.
Yeah.
Even if Washington was alive, he'd be older than Washington. Anyway, the point is that you know, I'm so stupid that before I was on this show, I thought whoever sat in that chair was in a different building. I'm not even kidding. I'm just so dumb. Like, I'm so mesmerized by TV. I'm like, he's in a different building because look at the backdrop. He's at Times Square.
Well, he's in the news deck. We don't tell where it is, but it's
Kevin. What are you talking about, Kevin?
Yeah, in case something happens to the host, I have to be in a secure, undisclosed location.
Yeah.
No, but at the beginning of the show, he's with you, and then all of a sudden they move him to a bunker.
Right.
Like, I'm an idiot. I shouldn't even be talking to Lou Dobbs.
It's pneumatic tubes. It's all pneumatic tubes. Sam, you brought up WrestleMania. Do you think Vince McMahon would make a good president?
He'd make the best president. Are you kidding me?
Second best.
Who's the first best?
Our president.
No. Vince McMahon would make the best president. If you could turn professional wrestling into the global empire that he has turned it into, yes, he can do it all.
Okay, and finally, Dollface. Lou. It's Lou. You said it's too early to start talking about Trump's second term.
You fooled everybody but one person.
You know perfectly well we're never having another election in this country. It's over.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a question, do we really need another?
Fair answer. I like how you think, Mr. Dobbs.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay,
Michael.
second course, Trump swearing. Katie, you said you looked up if swearing is a sin, and you think that Jesus would have accepted it nowadays. Fun fact, he would accept anything as long as you apologize for it.
Absolutely, you're forgiven.
I haven't apologized for anything. Or Andy.
Happy Easter, Michael. keep strong through Lent.
L'chaim. Kevin, you asked, should you do your plugs for your upcoming appearances? The answer is no.
I'll be at Bananas in Hasbrook Heights, April 21 and 22.
They got a Bananas in Hasbrook?
Hasbrook Heights.
Hasbrook Heights.
Third course, we're talking North Korea. Sam, you said we don't know that they have nukes. We absolutely know that they have nukes. That's why the eldest son, Kim Jong-nam, was passed over for Kim Jong-un because he wanted to take those nukes apart.
You know, I should have phrased that correctly. I don't know if they have nukes or not, so I'm just going to assume no.
Fair answer. Tom, you also said, why not be insulting to the North Korean leadership? Well, according to their mythology, the U.S. imperialists, which is how they refer to us, we're waiting to attack and have another Korean war at any minute. So anything in the press over there that can be pointed to as proof that we're getting the war games ready is going to be evidence against us.
But would tough talk like that or insults, that shows that we're getting ready for war?
If you take out a piece of the newspaper that has Kim Jong-un's face on it and use it to like make a cigarette or light a cigarette, you will go to the camps. So any measure of disrespect toward the leaders is regarded as heresy over there.
Wow.
Woo.
He's worse than Robert Kelly.
Well, I kind of wrote a book on the subject. Lou, you said John McCain is saying lots of crazy things and it's not good for him. I mean, we got to cut him a break. He's been around for decades at this point.
He has, and should know better.
Oh.
Whoa.
Should, but doesn't.
You're right. I was unkind, and I apologize.
Jesus forgives you.
He does.
Okay, last course. We're talking about ads more trusted than media. Tom, don't you think that maybe the agenda of the ads is more obvious, whereas the media pretends it doesn't have an agenda? So that's going to make people trust the ads a lot more. You know what that company is trying to do, whereas the New York Times is trying, the failing New York Times, pardon me, is trying to present itself as nonpartisan and honest.
That's it. People know what they don't really trust advertising, but they trust that they know what they're doing, what they're after. And I think that the news media continues to pretend. If they had just admitted that they have a bias, and then if they kind of wore it more proudly instead of pretending that they're objective, then I think people would begin to trust them more.
And what's interesting about this subject, this article we're talking about from Mashable, that Gallup poll that they cited was actually from September. Lou, I want to talk to you about this. According to the most recent poll, there's one from Fox from February, 45% trust President Trump and 42% of Americans trust the press. So it's even more disparate than people think.
Yeah, that is shocking, and of course, it makes no sense at all because our employer should be trusted more than anyone at any time, period.
I like the answer. Tom, it's been served.
Yes. Oh, you're done? You're done?
Yes, that's my line.
Oh, I get it. I'm used to Andy with the... I am done. Coming up, what big tricks will Al Gore pull out for the Inconvenient Truth sequel? Hint, it rhymes with PowerPoint slides.